What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we need to talk immediately because the leaks for chapter 428 of Rent-A-Girlfriend just dropped, and let me tell you, the status quo of this entire series didn't just change, it completely shattered. If you thought the investigation arc was moving slowly, Reiji just threw a literal hand grenade into the plot. We are talking about a confrontation no one saw coming, major manipulation, and a massive slip-up at the very end that changes everything for Kazuya, Chizuru, and Ruka. Before we dive into the absolute madness of Umi versus Ruka, make sure to smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you never miss your weekly dose of manga breakdowns and early spoilers. Alright, let's get straight into it. So, Chapter 428 kicks off with a heartbreaking title page featuring Ruka, crying all by herself at the Hawaiian spa resort. It sets a heavy mood right away, but the actual story immediately takes us into a flashback, and this is where things get wild. We find ourselves at the karaoke bar where Ruka works, and who walks in? Umi. Now remember, these two have basically zero history together. When Umi strikes up a conversation, Ruka has absolutely no idea who this guy is, and honestly, can you blame her? She looks at him, sees this total playboy vibe, and instantly puts her guard up. She's completely convinced he's just trying to pick her up or hit on her while she's on the clock. But after a tense, awkward pause, the gears finally turn in Ruka's head, and she remembers exactly who he is. He's one of Chizuru's acting colleagues. Umi plays it incredibly smooth at first. He mentions that he's well aware Ruka appeared in Chizuru's crowdfunding movie, and he even praises her, saying her acting was really good. It feels like a standard, polite conversation, right? Wrong. Because Umi didn't come to this karaoke bar just to get a drink or give out compliments. He has a massive agenda, and he wastes absolutely no time getting to it. Out of nowhere, he straight up asks Ruka about her relationship with Kazuya. Ruka's immediate reaction is to shut it down. She flat out refuses to answer, telling Umi that Kazuya would get mad at her if she talked about it. She tries to end the conversation right then and there, saying, "How rude, goodbye." But guys, Umi is a master manipulator. He doesn't let her walk away. Instead, he drops a massive bombshell to trigger her insecurities. He brings up the fact that things seem to be going extremely well between Chizuru and Kazuya right now. Umi continues to poke and provoke Ruka, claiming that Kazuya and Chizuru are getting close rapidly, almost as if they are right on the verge of officially dating. And then he plays his ultimate card. He reveals to Ruka that he saw Kazuya and Chizuru walking arm in arm, looking incredibly close in private. To make matters worse, Umi actively incites Ruka. He tells her, "Why don't you just DM them on Instagram right now and ask?" And tragically, Ruka takes the bait. This is where the timeline catches up to the present. Ruka enters what the translation calls little cat's mode. She gets fiercely defiant and feisty, pushing Umi away and telling him not to misunderstand the situation. But Umi keeps pressing. He's constantly emphasizing his deep love for Chizuru. This pushes Ruka to question his integrity. She snaps and asks him, "Just how many people do you actually like?" Umi just laughs it off, claiming he is strictly loyal to only one person. Obviously, Ruka doesn't buy a single word coming out of Umi's mouth. She snaps at him for being completely superficial, but this is exactly where Umi counterattacks, and he turns the tables beautifully. He looks at her and asks, "Then what about Kazuya? Isn't Kazuya superficial for playing it so well between two girls, Chizuru and you?" Boom. That line hits Ruka like a freight train. Shaken entirely to her core, defending Kazuya's honor, Ruka accidentally lets the ultimate truth slip out. She blurts out that Kazuya is her boyfriend. As soon as it leaves her mouth, she realizes she messed up big time. She tries to backpedal instantly, claiming it was just a figure of speech or a hypothetical example. But the damage is done. Umi is way too smart to fall for that excuse. Ruka starts spiraling into pure agony and anxiety. She begins to realize that if things keep going like this, Umi is just going to extract the whole truth out of Chizuru anyway. She stands there agonizing over whether it would just be better to confess the entire rental secret right here on the spot to control the damage. Hearing Umi talk about how Chizuru and Kazuya are meeting up privately and growing closer pierces Ruka deeply. For the first time in a long time, we see Ruka painfully realize the harsh reality. She might never stand a chance against Chizuru. She starts to look back at everything she's done throughout the series, feeling like all of her intense efforts up until now have been completely foolish. And honestly, she starts to feel a bit of resentment toward Chizuru. She thinks Chizuru is being incredibly cunning, considering Chizuru used to always claim she had absolutely no feelings for Kazuya, yet somehow managed to let him get this close to her. Ruka is so overwhelmed, her mind even wanders to a weird place where she thinks, why can't Chizuru and Umi just be together? They make a perfect match as fellow actors. She just wants Kazuya all to herself. And then, guys, the absolute breaking point happens. Ruka's self-restraint completely snaps. She looks at Umi and exposes the entire dynamic. She drops the final line of the chapter, Kazuya's girlfriend, his provisional girlfriend. And that is where the chapter ends, followed by the most painful words any manga fan can read. Next week is a break. Oh my god, Reiji is leaving us on this massive cliffhanger for 2 whole weeks. Ruka just confessed the provisional nature of their relationship to Umi, who is already obsessed with Chizuru. How is Umi going to use this information? Is he going to confront Chizuru? Is he going to expose Kazuya? The week after next is going to be absolutely insane, and the drama is officially at an all-time high. What do you guys think about Umi's manipulation tactics here? Did Ruka make a massive mistake, or was this confession inevitable? Let me know your wildest theories in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to drop a like, share this video with your fellow Rent-A-Girlfriend fans, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.